A woman suddenly discovered that the world she lives in might be fake, but she didn't say a word. Instead, she acted as if everything was normal and remained loving with her husband. One day she felt the time was right. She decided to confront her husband and leave. Unexpectedly, the man not only disagreed, but kept brainwashing her to stay. During the argument, the woman remembered everything. It turned out she was a nurse at a hospital, working tirelessly every day for very little pay. Despite this, she always faced each day with optimism. In contrast, her husband, after losing his job, relied entirely on her meager salary. At first it was fine, but over time he began to lose face. To regain his pride as a man, he signed up to participate in V Company's new product development. The company claimed to have created a virtual world where you could do anything you wanted. The so-called daytime job of the husband was merely replenishing his wife's physical energy in the real world. In the virtual world, the husband continued to beg her, "You work so hard but can't even enjoy life. Isn't it great here? You can have whatever you want." But the woman felt this was a cage. She wanted to live a life of her own. She was determined to leave no matter what. Seeing that his persuasion failed, the husband could only hold her tightly to stop her from leaving. The woman was furious. At that moment, her best friend came to see her. She was terrified to find the husband lifeless. She quickly urged the woman to flee. It turned out she had long known this was a fake world, but only here could she see her resurrected child. Now that the husband was dead, his real-world body would also perish. The company, upon learning the situation, would soon erase her. To survive, she needed to go to the headquarters to disconnect. Upon hearing this, the woman decisively set out. At the same time, the wives in the community were gradually regaining their memories. The situation was clearly spiraling out of control. Taking advantage of the chaos, her best friend pulled her into a car and told her to flee. Meanwhile, the company's CEO immediately sent subordinates to chase them. In a desert chase, more and more vehicles joined the pursuit. On the other side, the founder William received a phone call. His subordinate began reporting the failure of the operation. Hearing this, William was furious. He ordered the pursuit to be intensified, but before he could finish speaking, his wife shut him down. It turned out she too had regained her memory. Finally, the woman drove to the mountaintop. At the last moment, just as the pursuers arrived, she successfully logged out of the virtual world. She returned to the real world.